Hi, I'm Peter Rose, founder of Longwood Currency Trading. You hear a lot of people saying that their trading is a job. Trading Forex is not a job. It's a business if you're serious about it, but it's not a job. Let's look at the definition of job and business and clarify that, because it's important from our standpoint as retail traders to understand what it is that we're doing, why we're doing it, and how that fits into the picture of our lives, right? What's a job? A job is something that you go to make money, but you'd rather not. You'd rather go to the movies or go to the game or have a beer or read a book or whatever, but not go to the job. A job is a way to get your bills paid and all the other crap that you need money for. Trading has to be a passion. It has to be something that you're interested in. It's just like if you knew that being an architect would be a great salary for you and work indoors and all that stuff, but if you didn't have any interest in design or drawing or any of that stuff or construction, you wouldn't be able to become an architect. You just wouldn't be able to do it. So just because some fool tells you to trade at 200 to 1 and you can make 20 pips a day and $1,000 on a day on a $20,000 account, you're not going to be able to do that, because all you're doing is, better than a parrot, repeating back what somebody said or whatever. You're the one that has to have an interest in what you're doing, just like in your job. You're not even going to be in your job, even if you hate it, unless you have some kind of interest in doing something. You'll just get fired for being a slug. Trading is something that can enhance your life as a challenging puzzle, for example. If you like games, I always, in the questionnaire form that I send out to people that ask me about trading and helping them or whatever, in order to get to know them, I want to know, what's your attitude toward risk? Where do you live? How old are you? What do you do for work? How long have you done that? How do you approach life? Because the only people that I can help are people that are interested in what I'm interested in, which is trading or finance or whatever. If you're saying in your trading, the market opens at 8 o'clock and I've got to get up and be at my desk at 8 so I can be there for the opening throw, or I've got to trade 3 lots today because I got to catch up from last week, or all this I got. You don't got to do nothing. And that's a problem, because those of you who are just starting out on your journey and you're trading 1 to 3 or so full lots, you've got $20,000 or $30,000 of your hard-earned savings at risk in the market. Don't waste your time if you're trading a couple of mini accounts and you're not going to replace your job income. And people that are telling you, you got to take your $500 and we'll show you how to turn that into $2,000 at 200 to 1. And yeah, you'll be able to do that a few times and then you're going to lose it all. That's just the way it is. That based on everything that I know and have seen and people that I've talked to, it's 90% against you just coming out of the gate. And if you don't have any interest in trading and you're just doing it to make money, it's 99% against you. Don't think your trading is a job. There's some people out there that say, this is my job. Well, it is. They sit down there and they're engaged with that for the entire day, or 5 hours or 6 hours or whatever it is. If you have a limited bank, are you going to want to sit there all day? If you have a really large bank, are you going to want to sit there all day? No, you're going to want to go out and play golf or swim or walk in the woods, or certainly not sit in front of a screen. That's a job when you have to do that. If you're a long-term position trader, that's not a job either. You check the price at the end of the day at 5 o'clock, close, whatever the time is that your session closes. Decide what you want to do, put your orders in or get out or whatever, and then don't check it again until the close of business the next day. You can't worry about this stuff. I have a trade running right now. I'm not looking at the screen. We've got JOLTS report coming out in about an hour and a half. I'm not going to worry about it because I'll be out of this trade by then. I'll either have stopped out, or I'll hit my profit target. I'm not going to sit there and juggle it and worry about it. Today's not a day to do that. I don't feel like doing that because it's not a job. I know what my trading metrics are. I know the probabilities of win-loss ratio, or average win value, and all the other metrics that how they're actually applied in my trading that generate the results that I can get when I follow my rules. And so I'm just trading. But that trading is a business. It's not a job. It's a business because I have to keep those transactions so that I can report them from a tax standpoint. I have to know what those profits or losses are going to be so I can plan my world. I'm fortunate I don't have to rely on my FOREX trading for income, and so I can be a little bit more aggressive in my trading, although I as I've said in the last couple of videos ago, I've changed my thoughts on. I'm 75 years old, so I'm not real sure that that I really need to make $1 million in trading. I'm just going to cut back. I've got a large bank, but I've dropped the size of the trades that I'm doing so that I can enjoy myself. And when I lose, it isn't a nail biter saying, "Well, geez, that was a bad hit." It would be a bad hit in relationship to the dollar value of my bank, but that isn't a big dollar hit. So it's a more relaxing process, and it's been a long time. It's been many years since I've had an opportunity to be an all-in, all-out type trader on a smaller account. I mean, it's big enough where you could probably buy a small house with the down payment, but that I'm putting at risk. But coming from trading 20 or 25 lot positions, it's relatively a calm world. And it gives me the ability to go back as a recheck and see, well, what are my non-staging, in other words, my all-in, all-out, what are those metrics? And then I can stage in and out of those for several months and see if my metrics are the same as they were before when I was staging, just as an academic type approach, and at the same time focus on being consistent in my trading. That is something that I was interested in doing for the last 4 years or so, because I had other goals in my training. I wasn't interested in the consistency. I was swinging for the fence too much. And I've admitted that. Is that how I would teach somebody how to trade? No, that's not how I teach trading. I teach consistency and gaining confidence in trading based on your trading metrics. And there's a structured plan that we go through in order to teach you what those metrics are and where you start looking at the different metrics and how you start applying them into how you build your rules, because our rules are condition-based, not just when the short MA crosses the long MA type crap, which are systems. You have to differentiate systems from rule-based trading, which is process-oriented trading, and a methodological process and not systems-based. But that's not a job. That's an interest, and it's a passion. And it becomes even more interesting when you become skilled at trading itself, and you can look out at the economics of the two pair countries. It's very interesting to see what's going on and how the differentials in producer price index, housing starts, NFP, all those sorts of things, unemployment, how all those economic factors come to create the Federal Reserve System to manage the interest rates of the country and what that does to the currency. You can't trade on that, as I just said in my last video, but it's interesting when you can do that. You just have to have, my failure is, out of 40 years of real estate investment, looking at the news and ingraining that into the process of my real estate investing is burnt into my DNA. So because I have an interest in the economic positions of the countries around that form the pairs, that's getting into my way in trading. And I probably am not going to be able to beat that. That's just a really severe 40 years of building the DNA. So I'm going to trade under the same rules. I'm just going to change some of the parameters that I use in my trading, so I'm not trying to do what I was doing in real estate, which is I retired because of my real estate background. I'm already retired. I don't have to make $1 million or whatever trading in order to retire. It would be nice to make 30, 50, $70,000 a year or something like that, and just have a great time. It's just a matter of understanding when you're starting out that number one, it's not a job, it's a lot of fun. So let's trade with $1,000 bank, trading at $1 a pip, and let's have fun. Let's have fun unscrambling the matrix of the currency market in order to win. And winning is how many times you win and how much you win when you win, as opposed to how many times you lose and how much you lose. That's expressed in your win-to-loss ratio. Most of the people that you hear out there talk in terms of a win rate, which is absolutely useless. It has no bearing on your ability to change your trading and make it enjoyable. If all you're looking at is a win rate, what you're looking at is making a lot of money, and you won't win under those mental guidelines. That's why 90% of the people fail, because they think, oh, I can get in there with high leverage and I can make a lot of money. No. You know, once you learn how to trade currencies, trade stocks, trade real estate, trade old tires, trade coins, stamps, whatever you want. Trading's trading. But you have to know the rules of the game. You have to understand the playing field. If you're going to go play rugby as opposed to American football, it's the same thing. You're running around banging into each other with a ball. But the rules are a little bit different. The rules are the same. You got to get it across a goal and all that other kind of stuff. But the conditions of play, the conditions of the field are different. So you're using different conditions to build the rules on how to win those games. But basically, if you just look at it, it's the same. So when you're looking at this market, this wonderful market, don't look at it as a job. Some people do look at it as a job, and that helps them. But they tend to be more experienced in their trading. And I think personally that they're confusing the term job with business. There's a big difference in that. A job is something that you go to because you have to, and the idea is to make money. A business is an intellectual exercise in organizing your tools to maximize your profit and reduce your expenses. Doesn't that sound like a lot like the win-to-loss ratio? And in fact it is. So trading Forex is not a job, but it is a business. When you get to a larger lot size, what is it before that? It's an exercise in learning how to trade. It's not a business. It's not a job. It's a thing that you do. It isn't a hobby, that's for sure. How long will it take you to learn how to do this? Well, I don't know. You could buy somebody's course for $1,000 or $2,000 or whatever they're running now, and you get a PDF file, or you get access to a website for life and Discord group and a pair of steak knives and whatever you're going to do. So as fast as you can read through that stuff, I don't know. How are you going to learn algebra if you can't go to class? Are you going to be able to learn algebra by just reading a textbook? You need a teacher. You need a mentor. And trading is the same thing. A book isn't going to do you any good. A book may give you the information, but it doesn't show you when and how to implement that information. It doesn't show you what the important information is that you're really going to need. Is it important to know what the communicative property in algebra is? No. But you get taught that. You have to learn that. But it's the principle that's important. What's the difference between an associative and a communicative property in algebraic expressions? Once you learn algebra, you don't have to know the difference between communicative and associative. I don't remember that. I got a bachelor's degree in physics and almost a minor in math. I don't give a shit about commutative and associative. I just know how to do algebra and calculus and differential equations. The educational process that you're going to need to undergo is the educational process until you become consistently profitable in your trading. The course that I have has course documents, and depending on the level that you're at, there's an abstraction of those course documents that you get, but it's me doing the consulting. I'm the teacher, I'm the mentor. You get my time. That's why it's not $2,000 or $3,000. It's more than that, because I'm actually going to teach you something and how to do it and when to implement it. It's so important that you understand that, so that you look at your trading learning process as an educational process and not as a freaking job. Peter Rose, Longwood Currency Trading. Have a great day and have a great trading day.